Hey everyone! Today we will continue our behind the scenes series with Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. This is the fifth film in the series. If you want to be notified when the other movies are covered, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. Let's start off with
Three, two, one, background action!
when director David Yates interviewed with David Heyman, the producer. He felt that he was doing a terrible job and said, "This isn't really working, I'm going to leave now." 10 minutes later, Heyman would call him and say he got an interview with the studio next week. He planned out a bunch of talking points only to be told he got the job the second he walked in. A new scriptwriter, Michael Goldenberg, was brought in for this movie so Steve Kloves could take a break from the Potter world and work on a different project for a little break. David Yates and Michael Goldenberg worked together on the script for around a year and a half before filming began. On the educational decree signs, the last line hidden by the frame reads, "Bla blah blah, blah 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 blah, blah blabish." Helena McCroy once went out for the role of Bellatrix Lestrange, but ended up joining as Narcissa Malfoy in the next film.
That's it, I've got my guitar. So I'll sing you a Christmas song. I made this up when I was busking on the tube and I was broke. Oh, Santa, take away these blues. Bring me something good this year, bring me some good news. My mother hates me and I ain't got no home. My baby left me, I got no one to phone. Oh, Santa, I've been a bad girl, you know. But give me some loving under the mistletoe. I really wanted a boyfriend at the time, obviously. I don't know what note to end on, maybe that one.
At the entrance of the Hogshead Inn, there's a large hogshead mounted on the wall. This animatronic was made to roll its eyes, snuffle its nose, and even dribble. It's only seen briefly on screen, but the HB team had a lot of fun making it. The Black family tree was originally going to be a hanging tapestry near the stairs, but they loved the final design so much that they wanted to showcase it bigger. They created a whole new room on the second floor to show all of its details. When asked for the details on the Black family tapestry, JKR provided over 70 names, dates, and relationship lines. When Natalia Tena auditioned for the role of Nymphadora Tonks, she claimed it was a disaster. At that point, she hadn't read the books or seen the movies, spoke too loudly, and even tripped over a chair. Even her agent was surprised when she got the call back. As Voldemort grew stronger, his robes gained more silk layers. By the end of the movie, they had over 165 feet of silk on him.
I do. Just shut your mouth. Has anyone else got a problem with Harry?
My gran said it's a Daily Prophet that's rubbish.
Sorry.
Just go.
Bellatrix Lestrange's dress was so delicate it couldn't be washed, so multiple copies needed to be made. Daniel Radcliffe suggested when teaching Dumbledore's army, Harry's outfit should reflect his favorite teacher, Professor Lupin. The trophy room set, which was briefly seen in Goblet of Fire, was redesigned as the Room of Requirement. Starting with this film, Matthew Lewis, who played Neville Longbottom, was finally allowed to drop the big fake teeth and protruding ears. Ivana Lynch beat out 15,000 other girls for the role of Luna Lovegood.
Don't hurt, Mummy. I killed you.
Am I not a god?
Yeah.
It's that good, it's fantastic. I meant to teach my kids to say that when they're really young. Excited.
Am I not a god? Keep running, silver ball, please. Keep running with the silver ball.
Your expression, fantastic.
Nicholas Hopper would join as the new composer for this and the remaining films. Daniel Radcliffe took time off to perform in the stage play Equus. One night, when JKR came to watch Radcliffe in his play, he asked her if Harry died, and she replied, "You get a death scene." Tonks's hair was supposed to be pink, but it was opted to be purple as to not get associated with Umbridge. While the Thestrals in the movie are CGI, a full-scale model was made to ensure the sizing would fit inside the Forbidden Forest.
Blah, 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 blah. Disloyalty.
Oh! I don't think I could get it. Oh! Disloyalty.
Yes. I think no, I'm not doing, but what I am saying, things at Hogwarts are far worse than I feared.
Imelda Staunton, who played Umbridge, wanted her character to have a big bottom, so padding was added around her lower half to give her a fuller, plump look. Kreacher almost wasn't in the films. An early draft sent to JKR didn't have him in it, and she insisted he needed to be added in because he would be very important in the future. There are over 200 ceramic plates with cats in Dolores Umbridge's office. 40 cats were filmed over 2 days to create the moving pictures on the plates. A new student named Nigel was brought on to represent a combination of Colin and Dennis Creevy.
Yeah. Can I just say one thing though? The only thing is that if Rupert comes up to Hermione and is like, genuinely, I'm not going to hurt you, I'm going to go easy on you, and Hermione blasts him to pieces, what sort of person does that make her?
Well, except his... Yeah, you're right. I don't want to do that. That would be terrible.
Actor Tony Maudsley would join the cast as Grop. His motions and facial expressions were captured and loaded into a CGI program. Daniel Radcliffe got sick around the time the kiss scene with Cho Chang was supposed to be filmed. This delayed the filming for a few weeks, which built up the tension even further. David Heyman said this about the kiss day. "I know it sounds silly, but for many of the crew members it was quite an emotional day. We had known Dan since he was 10 years old, and here he was having his first kiss scene. It was a milestone of sorts. Silly, I know, but that's how it felt." The Hall of Prophecies was the first completely CGI set on a Harry Potter movie. The set of the Ministry of Magic atrium, where Dumbledore and Voldemort duel, was 200 feet long, 120 feet wide, and 30 feet high, making it the largest set to date for Harry Potter.
How many films have you done? 40 something. There must be now. Yeah. How long have you been acting for? 22 years. You have 40 odd films, 22 years. That's pretty good going, and stage work.
Yeah, I did stage as well. I would do a movie, a stage, a movie, stage, movie, stage.
Cell phones were banned on set while filming the explosion in the atrium to avoid interference that might set it off early. A multi-week break was taken mid-production to allow studying and taking school exams. Alan Rickman banned Matthew Lewis and Rupert Grint from going near his new car because they had spilled a milkshake inside of it while filming the previous movie. A dance choreographer came in to help design the wand battle in the scenes of the Department of Mysteries. There was some serious thought that Emma Watson would leave the series after this film to pursue her education and a normal lifestyle.
Well, it hadn't quite clicked I didn't have it.
What?
No, we jumped over heroically.
Heroic deeds come naturally to me.
Harry, are you sure?
I saw it. It's just like with Mr. Weasley. It's the same door I've been dreaming about for months, and I couldn't remember where I'd seen it before.
Guys, you can relax a second.
After you, Emma. I can't relax until you're relaxing.
No, please.
Oh, all right, okay.
Ron Weasley asked if the Room of Requirement could become a bathroom if needed, which was a nod to Dumbledore's line in the Goblet of Fire book.
Say you really needed the toilet.
Charming, Ronald.
Matthew Lewis lost hearing in one of his ears for a few days after Helena Bonham Carter accidentally stuck her wand in his ear. While the HB team defended their choice to put Voldemort in a suit at the train station, they debated if he was really there. Yates believed that Voldemort was taunting Harry, saying he could always find him, while Heyman thought it was Harry having an illusion of him, being that Voldemort could take over his mind. Scouts were sent out to look for a place to film Grimmauld Place, but they decided to build the set instead. It was far more manageable and less expensive. Daniel Radcliffe's screams after Sirius died were muted because it was so raw and painful that it made other actors cry.
I take that back. The worst part is people believing everything they read in the newspapers. Anyway, I wanted you to have this. Keep your eyes on the work, okay?
Natalia Tena wore dots on her face to help track her movements during the CGI process of adding the pig snout and duck beak. Umbridge's costumes become a darker pink as the film progresses, to show her going from soft to wicked. Dumbledore's army had to wear blue booties over their shoes to protect the floors from getting covered in shoe prints while not filming. The graphics team studied birds, horses, and bats to create the realistic feel for the Thestrals. The explosion of all the educational decree signs after Fred and George Weasley's fireworks went off was done in a single shot. If they needed to go again, it would have taken a full 24 hours to reset, but luckily they didn't have to.
You know, how much you like this girl.
Yeah.
How's your experience of...
Confusing women.
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
Is it relatable?
Yes.
Okay. Is it relatable?
A silly question to ask, David.
Two actors were brought in to record their facial movements and expressions for the centaurs. Umbridge was dangled from a rig in a green screen room to record her being carried off by the centaurs. Helena Bonham Carter would make ping-pong sounds while dueling with her wand. Ivana Lynch made most of Luna's jewelry, which she wears in the film. Early drafts had Frank and Alice Longbottom, as well as Gilderoy Lockhart in this movie, but St. Mungo's was cut from the script to keep up the movie's pace and save on the budget by not having to build another brand new set.
The Ministry of Magic has always considered the education of young witches and wizards to be of vital importance. The task of passing down the ancient skills must be undertaken with the utmost seriousness. Although each headmaster has brought something new to this historic school, progress for the sake of progress must be discouraged. A balance, then, between old and new, between permanence and change, between tradition and innovation. Let us preserve what must be preserved, perfect what can be perfected, and prove practices that ought to be prohibited.
Thank you, Professor Umbridge. That really was most illuminating. Now, as I was saying, Mr. Filch has asked me to remind you that magic is forbidden in the corridors between the classes, and many other things that seem to be going on. Now, a list of these misdemeanors will be found nailed to his door.
So there you have it, 50 behind-the-scene facts about Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. Hopefully you've learned a few things about the movie. Let me know in the comments if you have any other fun facts. Thank you for listening and making it to the end of the video. If you enjoyed the video and want to support the channel, please consider giving a like and drop a comment. You can also subscribe for more videos. I'll be back again soon with another video, but until then, keep enjoying the magic.